Beneath the plain looks of these 1990s cars hides shocking performance, from turbocharged family sedans to stealthy V8-powered coupes. These 8 rare sleeper cars were built to fly under the radar and blow past anything in their way. Classic Car Archive takes you on a ride through forgotten legends of speed and power. They may look tame, but don't be fooled. These machines are the real deal. Let's kick things off and count down from number 10, starting with a surprisingly quick car from Oldsmobile that most people have never heard of. At first glance, the Achieva SCX looked like any other early 90s compact coupe. But under the surface, it was built for performance. Produced in a limited run of just 500 units, this version was made for drivers who wanted more than just daily commuting. It came with a 2.3-liter quad 4 SHO engine, delivering 185 horsepower and 160 pound-foot of torque. Paired with a 5-speed manual get-drag transmission, it revved all the way up to 7,200 RPM thanks to a performance ECU and low-restriction exhaust. Weighing around 2,700 pounds, the SCX handled well too, thanks to a sport-tuned suspension, stiffer sway bars, and adjustable struts. It could go from 0 to 60 in just about 8 seconds and finish the quarter mile in about 16 seconds. Quick for a front-wheel drive car of its time. Next up at number 9 is one of the rarest and most underrated performance sedans of the 90s, the 1992 Dodge Spirit RT. You wouldn't give it a second look parked on the street, and that's exactly the point. The Spirit RT looked like something your neighbor's dad would drive to work, but it was secretly one of the fastest 4-doors in America when it launched. Only 191 units of the US version were built, making it one of Dodge's most limited production performance cars ever. Its secret weapon? A 2.2-liter DOHC turbocharged inline-4, known as the Turbo 3, cranking out 224 horsepower and 227 pound-foot of torque. Developed with help from Lotus, Maserati, and racing legend Hans Hermann, this engine was no parts bin special. It was a purpose-built powerhouse. Paired with a GetTrack 5-speed manual and weighing just 3,089 pounds, it could sprint from 0 to 60 in 6.4 seconds and run the quarter mile in 15 seconds flat, rivaling cars twice its price. Coming in at number 8, the 1990 Mercury Cougar XR7 proves that not all performance legends wear flashy badges. While most people remember the Cougar as a comfortable cruiser, the XR7 variant from 1990 told a different story, especially when equipped with its rare 5-speed manual transmission available on only 841 units that year. That alone makes it a true unicorn in the world of 90s American performance cars. Under the hood was a 3.8-liter supercharged V6, producing 210 horsepower and a strong 315 pound-foot of torque. This was the same engine they used in the Thunderbird Super Coupe, but paired with a stick shift in the XR7, it delivered a more hands-on, enthusiast-friendly experience. According to MotorWeek and Car and Driver, it hit 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 7.7 seconds and ran the quarter mile in 15.8 seconds. Numbers that put it shoulder to shoulder with much pricier Grand Tours like the Aston Martin V8 Vantage. Built on Ford's advanced MN12 platform, the XR7 featured independent rear suspension, a rarity among American coupes at the time. It also came with adjustable shocks and a driver-selectable ride control system, allowing a blend of comfort and cornering precision that few expected from a Mercury. It looked tame. It drove like anything. But you'd never expect a late 80s Pontiac to have McLaren engineering under the hood, but that's exactly what made the 1989-1990 Grand Prix Turbo so unique. built in limited numbers, just 3,367 units over 2 years. This version of the Grand Prix was one of Pontiac's boldest sleeper moves. Developed with McLaren performance technologies, the car featured a 3.1-liter turbocharged V6 equipped with a Garrett T25 turbo, delivering 205 horsepower and 225 pound-foot of torque. While front-wheel drive, it could still accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 7.1 seconds and run the quarter mile in 15.3 seconds, on par with the V8 Mustang GT of the same era. What made it even more impressive was its tech. The Grand Prix Turbo offered a heads-up display, digital gauges, leather-wrapped sports seats, and a premium sound system, making it feel closer to a European sport luxury car than a typical GM coupe. Outside, subtle ground effects, a factory body kit, and unique 16-inch aluminum wheels hinted at its performance without shouting it out. While the Mustang grabbed headlines, it was the unassuming Taurus SHO that quietly gave European sports sedans a real reason to worry in 1989. Built in secret by a small team within Ford's Special Vehicle Operations (SVO) division, the SHO, super high output, wasn't just a trim package. It was a full-on performance machine disguised as a commuter car. Power came from a 3.0-liter DOHC V6 developed by Yamaha, hand-assembled in Japan, and shipped to Ford. This aluminum engine made 220 horsepower and 200 pound-foot of torque, revving confidently to 7,000 RPM, a rarity among sedans of the era, especially front-wheel drive ones. Matched to a slick 5-speed manual, the SHO could hit 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 6.6 seconds and run the quarter mile in 15.2 seconds, according to Car and Driver, putting it right next to the BMW 535i in performance benchmarks. Its top speed? A surprising 143 miles per hour. Despite those numbers, the SHO looked almost identical to the base Taurus, save for the subtle wheels, badging, and a slightly lowered stance. No spoilers, no hood scoops, just pure stealth performance. Often overshadowed by its Mitsubishi 3000 GT sibling, the 1991 Dodge Stealth RT Twin Turbo was a hidden weapon in Dodge's early 90s lineup. Built on the same platform as the 3000 GT VR4, the Stealth featured a 3.0-liter DOHC twin turbocharged V6, producing 300 horsepower and 307 pound-foot of torque, massive output for the time. Power was delivered through a 5-speed manual transmission and routed to all 4 wheels via an advanced all-wheel drive system. The Stealth RT also came equipped with 4-wheel steering, adaptive suspension, and active aerodynamics, making it one of the most tech-loaded cars of its era. Performance was impressive, 0 to 60 miles per hour in 5.2 seconds, quarter mile in 13.7 seconds, and a top speed of 155 miles per hour, matching or beating European rivals, costing thousands more. Yet despite its muscle and tech, the car flew under the radar due to its curvy GT styling and Mitsubishi DNA. You wouldn't expect a compact pickup from the early 90s to outrun Ferraris, but the 1991 GMC Syclone did exactly that. Based on the modest GMC Sonoma, the Syclone was anything but ordinary. Under the hood sat a 4.3-liter LB4 V6, turbocharged with the Mitsubishi TD0617C unit and cooled by an air-to-water intercooler. The result? 280 horsepower and a staggering 350 pound-foot of torque. That power was sent through a 4-speed 4L60 automatic transmission to a specially tuned all-wheel drive system with a 35-65 front-to-rear torque split. The performance was shocking. According to Car and Driver, the Syclone hit 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 4.3 seconds and blasted through the quarter mile in 13.4 seconds, beating a Ferrari 348 TS and even giving the Corvette ZR1 a scare. At the time, it was the quickest production pickup truck in the world. Despite its speed, the Syclone kept a low profile. It wore black paint, no chrome, no loud decals, just subtle cladding, a lowered stance, and 16-inch alloy wheels. Only 2,995 units were made, making it a rare icon that proved pickup trucks could be legit street machines. The 1994 Chevrolet Impala SS was the comeback no one saw coming. Proof that muscle car DNA could still live on in a full-size family sedan. Revived after decades of dormancy, this Impala wasn't about chrome and tail fins. Instead, it brought a menacing monochrome look and serious performance. Under the hood was a 5.7-liter LT1 V8 straight from the C4 Corvette, tuned for 260 horsepower and 330 pound-foot of torque. That power went to the rear wheels through a 4-speed 4L60E automatic transmission, giving the big sedan surprisingly quick moves. Despite tipping the scales at over 4,200 pounds, it could launch from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 7 seconds and run the quarter mile in 15.3, thanks to heavy-duty suspension, larger sway bars, and a limited slip differential borrowed from GM's police package. Built on the Caprice 9C1 platform, the Impala SS was more than just a trim level, it was a performance-minded reboot. Its visual cues were subtle but aggressive. Blacked-out trim, lowered stance, 17-inch aluminum wheels, and a single Impala emblem on the rear quarter panel. It had the heart of a muscle car, the size of a cruiser, and the attitude of both. The 1987 Buick GNX wasn't just fast for its time. It redefined what fast meant in the world of American sedans. Developed as the ultimate evolution of the Grand National, the GNX, Grand National Experimental, was a limited-run project built in partnership with ASC and McLaren Performance Technologies. The result? A car that could outrun supercars, all while wearing a Buick badge. Under the hood was a turbocharged 3.8-liter V6, upgraded with a Garrett T3 turbo, a larger intercooler, and a reprogrammed ECU. Official output was rated at 276 horsepower and 360 pound-foot of torque, but many insiders and dyno tests suggest real numbers were north of 300 horsepower and 400 pound-foot. According to Car and Driver, the GNX could sprint from 0 to 60 in just 4.7 seconds and run the quarter mile in 13.5 seconds, quicker than the Ferrari F40 in a straight line. Yet it stayed subtle. It wore the same blacked-out body as the Grand National, but with wider fender flares, 16-inch mesh wheels, and discreet GNX badging. Just 547 units were ever produced, making it one of the rarest and most sought-after muscle cars in GM history. Volvo, long known for safety, not speed, broke the mold with the 1995 850 T5R, a high-performance sleeper that shocked enthusiasts and confused competitors. Developed with input from Porsche, the T5R used a turbocharged 2.3-liter inline-5 engine, making 240 horsepower and 221 pound-foot of torque, with a brief overboost function that could push output up to 243 horsepower. This front-wheel drive wagon or sedan could sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in around 6.7 seconds with the automatic transmission, while European spec models with a 5-speed manual were even quicker, clocking in as low as 5.8 seconds. What truly made the 850T5 special was its subtle but aggressive styling. Unique titanium gray or cream yellow paint, 17-inch Titan wheels, and a factory body kit gave it just enough edge without betraying its Volvo roots. Inside, it had suede-trimmed sport seats, carbon look trim, and a factory performance gauge cluster. Only 6,964 units were produced globally, with just around 1,500 making it to the US. Despite its performance credentials, the T5R maintained the brand's understated design philosophy, a true sleeper in every sense. Today, many of these models are cult classics, sought after by collectors and enthusiasts who appreciate their blend of rarity, subtlety, and raw performance. They remind us of a time when automakers weren't afraid to take risks, hiding real power in the most unexpected places. So which sleeper surprised you the most? Did we miss a hidden gem that deserves a spot on this list? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and hit that subscribe button for more underrated legends from the golden age of performance. These cars might not be well known today, but true car fans still remember them.